evening, everybody, and welcome to ACF Arena, where the visiting OA Tigers will take on home team Stoughton on their senior night. Congratulations to all the seniors from Stoughton. Face-off won by OA down in the Stoughton zone. Taken up by Stoughton, crossing the blue line. Brought up across the blue line, no icing called. Stoughton will chase into the boards. Matthew Lawson tried to grab that puck. Stoughton brings it up off the boards. Chased down by 19, Jaden Reck for Stoughton. Taken away by Jack Corey. Clears it into the Stoughton zone. OA will change up. Landon Grothy clears it down to the bottom of the zone. Kevin Tremblay up to the top to Sean McCarthy. McCarthy will chase. Grothy tries to keep it in just outside the blue line. Slaps it back off the boards. Cleared around the boards by Stoughton. Chase back into OA zone. That'll be an icing call. Ross Carroll, the center for Oliver Ames, out there with Jack Corey on the right wing. Matthew Lawson on the left wing. Taken up by Stoughton into the OA zone. Around the goalie. Cleared out by Cohen, kept inside the OA zone. Down across the boards, Jack Corey. Sean Kearns tries to clear it out, gets caught up. Lawson ices the puck. OA makes a change. See Jack Perrin at center. Also Andrew Livingstone out there with Grothy. Stoughton brings it up. OA brings it up. Sean McCarthy on the right wing. Gets caught up down in the boards. McCarthy tries to center it. Gets caught up. Over in the left corner, now brought up over into the neutral zone. Chased down by OA. Taken by Grothy. Tries to clear it to Elliott Cohen, to Livingstone. And a whistle is blown. That's going to be a high stick on number 20 for Stoughton, Colin Alisi. Face off to the right side of Stoughton. Ross Carroll will center it. Andrew Livingstone, the left wing. Jack Perrin on the right. Sean McCarthy on the D, keeps it in. Stopped by the freshman goalie, Nolan Giametti. Slows down the play, brings up Elliott Cohen. Passes up to Ross Carroll. Carroll across into the neutral zone to Perrin. Perrin brings it along the left side, tries to center it over, gets blocked by Stoughton. Sean McCarthy able to keep it in. Livingstone will settle the puck down. Pass up to Carroll. Carroll misses the pass. Elliott Cohen back there. Cohen stops and searches. Starts to move with it. Shot and save by the right wing. Couldn't tell who that was. Sean Kearns. Owe will bring out Matthew Lawson to center. Lawson wins the faceoff. Stoughton tries to clear it out. Lawson passes up. Lawson with the wrist shot just over the head of the goalie, down in the left side corner. Brought up in front of the net. Scuffle in front, saved by the goalie. Cohen and Lawson on the defense. Cohen dishes it out. Couldn't hold on to it. Kevin Tremblay tried to bring it across, and he's going to be called for offsides. Owe wins the face-off. Livingstone chases down in the left corner, gets shoved back into the Owe zone. Be settled by Tremblay, who passes it up the boards. Quick dish pass over to Perrin. Perrin brings it to the left side, looks for someone out in front. A quick pass out front. And that would be a save. Looks like the net was knocked off its rocker. Ross Carroll at center. Wins the faceoff. Quick shot. Quick wrist shot saved by the goalie. Looks like Chris Andretti's in there for Stoughton tonight. Both teams will reset to the right of the goalie. One by Owe again. Dish back to Owe. Quick shot on net. Now pass along the boards. Stoughton trying to take control. Tries to pass it up. Gets it into the neutral zone. Passes into Owe. Stopped by Cohen. Taken up by Carroll. Lawson tries to battle. He lost the puck. Carroll takes it. Dishes it back to his defense. Cohen, who brings it back to Lawson. Lawson up across the boards to Carroll. Over to Jack Corey, who can't control it. Chased down by Kearns. Kearns will settle this and bring it up. Just missed Carroll. Sean McCarthy tries to battle. Cohen clears it from the neutral into the Stoughton zone. Sean McCarthy chases down. Back into the neutral zone. Up along the boards. Taken by Kevin Tremblay. Tremblay fakes the shot, brings it back to the boards. Looks for somebody out front. Passes over to Perrin. It's over on the boards. Stoughton wins that. Brings it up the boards. Up the right side. Quick wrister. It's going to be settled by Tremblay. Cleared out by Livingstone. Perrin tries to control. Perrin with a nice check along the boards. Sean McCarthy tried to take it up, loses control of the puck. Quick shot on net. Great save by Giametti right under the pads. Andy Pujols, the left wing. Carroll at center. Wins the face-off with Lawson. Wrist shot just off the glove, almost trickled in. Bounced out of the net. Right out in front. Carroll with the block. Carroll in a race. Dives for it, can't make it. Back to Cohen. Cohen gets sticked. Pujols trying to get control. Cohen back to Pujols. Pujols up along the boards. Maintains control. The fight in the neutral zone, trying to get that puck. Now they're back in the OA zone. Cohen with a wrister all the way up into the right-hand side. Icing will be called. Both teams will make a change. Perrin centers it. Along with Livingstone and Grothy. Sean McCarthy. Quick shot over the net. Tremblay loses control of it. Taken up again by Tremblay. Perrin dished into the boards. Grothy tries to win it. He gets hit. McCarthy with the steal. And there's a whistle. They're going to call Jack Perrin. Not sure what they're going to call. But it's a 5-on-4. Stoughton has Cade O'Connell on the right wing. Colby Strunk at center. Stoughton gets into their positioning. Quick wrist shot blocked by McCarthy. Stoughton with some quick passing. Dished over to 20. Colin Alisi. Lost by Anthony Hearn, the defenseman for Stoughton. Both teams need to regroup. Stoughton brings it across. Anthony Hearn tries to gain control. Looks for his defenseman, Cade O'Connell. Strunk tries to chase down. That's cleared out by OA. No icing called. Grothy clears it out of the zone. Grothy and Tremblay, the defenseman for OA. Quick wrist shot, saved by Giametti. The rebound no good, and cleared back out by Jack Corey. Andrew Livingstone comes in for Jack Corey. Stoughton crosses over into OA. Wrist shot, just missed. Stoughton out front. Wrist shot, saved by Giametti. Penalty kill with 21 seconds remaining. Score for Stoughton. Number 7, Steve Westerlin, with a wrist shot about 10 feet from the blue line. I don't think Giametti saw that one coming. So with the teams back at even strength, Stoughton won, OA nothing, with 5:16 left in the first period. Carroll at center wins it. Can't clear it out of the neutral zone. Cohen over to Kearns. Kearns brings it up over to Pujols. Pujols chases down. Pujols wraps around. Kearns couldn't contain it. Kearns brings it back behind the net. Shovels it up to Lawson. Lawson crosses the blue line. Lawson on the right-hand boards with a wrist shot. Glove save by the goalie. 4:40 left in the first period. Both teams will change up. Away keeps it in the Stoughton zone. Brings it out to the neutral zone. Great steal by Livingstone. Grothy chases down. Able to knock it back up to the blue line into the neutral zone by Perrin. Perrin crosses the line, gets checked into the boards. Perrin back to the defense. Grothy with the fake slap shot. Back up to Perrin. Perrin looks for somebody out front to McCarthy. McCarthy can't take the shot. Brings it back up to Tremblay. Tremblay back down to McCarthy. Back over with the shot just right off the net. Stoughton tries to clear. Kyle Cruikshank for Stoughton tries to clear that out. Quick shot. Stick save by the goalie. 3:39 left in the first period. Stoughton brings it up into the neutral zone. Comes up the left-hand side. Couldn't make the shot. Can't control the puck. Taken away by Owe. Battle by Colby Strunk, number 2 for Stoughton. Failed wrist shot by Stoughton, number 26. Cohen will razzle-dazzle trying to figure out where to go. Passes over to his defenseman, Sean Kearns. Pops it up to Jack Corey, who brings it up to Matt Lawson. Carroll to Lawson. Lawson with a shot, just... That's a save. Both teams playing excellent hockey tonight. Perrin will center. Stoughton wins it, brings it behind the net. He's met by Sean McCarthy. Clears it over into the OA zone, chased down by Tremblay. Tremblay pops it back up. Can't control it. Grothy to Tremblay. Tremblay pops it up to Livingstone. Loses it back into the OA zone. Taken away by Tremblay. Quick hand save. Stoughton with a wrist shot, saved by Giametti. Freshman goalie doing well tonight. .210 left in the first. Nobody wins that. Cross-check. Cross-check called on number 6, Ryan Flannery. We will have a power play for the last 2 minutes of the 2 minute and 6 left in the first period. Take on the left side of Stoughton goalie. Carroll will center it. Stoughton wins. Shoveled from right to left across over to Sean McCarthy. McCarthy looking for somebody out front. Sean McCarthy down on the bottom corner. Pass over to Perrin. Perrin to Cohen. Cohen with the shot. McCarthy will take it. McCarthy from D to D over to Cohen. Cohen with a quick pass out in front to Livingstone. Couldn't take advantage of it. The battle in front. OA will reset. McCarthy looking for the pass. McCarthy will dump it out front. Taken away by Stoughton. OA will have to clear out. Cohen brings it back into the zone. Passes out front to Perrin. Taken away by Stoughton. Stoughton with the backhand. Stopped by Cohen. Taken by Stoughton. Stopped in the middle of the neutral zone. Tremblay battling down there. Penalty's going to be called. Penalty on 18, Josh Greenspoon. 32 seconds left on the first penalty, and another 2 minutes will be added. So it'll be a 5-on-3. Great opportunity for OA to capitalize on. 38 seconds left in the first period. OA out front. Tremblay passes along the boards. Tremblay with a wrist shot. Just misses. Lawson back there with Kearns. And that will clear out of the OA zone. Saved by Giametti. The shot taken by number 4, Joe McNulty, the captain. We got 11.5 left on the board. 5 seconds on the first penalty and a minute 33 left on the second penalty. Still 5-on-3 down in the OA zone. Face off to the right of Giametti. Perrin will take the face off with Livingstone, Cohen. Looks like Lawson will come in. Excuse me, Sean McCarthy. Perrin passes up to Livingstone, gets checked into the boards. And that, my friends, is the end of the first period with a minute 22 left on that second penalty. The score 1-0, Stoughton with the lead. We'll be back. We're back here for second period. OA wins the face-off. Minute 19 left in the penalty kill. Oh, sorry, on the power play. McCarthy tries to take it over the blue line, gets denied. McCarthy will go back with it. Back into his own zone. Passes it up to Cohen. Cohen skates up across into the neutral zone. Loses control. That's a quick pass over to Carroll. Carroll tries to take it in, drops it back down to McCarthy, who tries to dish it over to Cohen. Can't make the pass. Taken up by Charlie Caputo for Stoughton. Caputo gets drilled into the boards. He jumps right back up. McCarthy with the pass over to the middle. Blocked by Carroll. There's going to be a whistle. It's going to be a penalty on number 26, Kenny Young, for hooking. 26 seconds left on that other penalty, with an additional 2 minutes to Kenny Young for hooking, with 14:03 left in the second. 1-0 Stoughton. This will be a 5-on-3 for OA. Taken to the left of the Stoughton goalie. Matthew Lawson at center. Will switch up. Be taken by Daniel Paul. Paul wins the faceoff. Taken back by Lawson. Lawson looking for the opportunity. Quick wrist shot. In and out of the net. Just off the post. That trickled right along the red line. That looked pretty close. Jack Corey at center. Corey to take the face-off with Pujols and Paul at his wings. Won by OA. Taken up by Lawson. Lawson passes to Tremblay with a shot saved by Stoughton. Lawson at the circle. Passes down to Daniel Paul. Paul with a pass out in front. Couldn't find anybody. Jack Corey drills Stoughton into the boards. Lawson will stop that puck from the icing. Minute and 15 seconds left in the penalty. Back onto 5-on-4 for OA. Cleared by Anthony Hearn for Stoughton. Colin Alisi tries to stop the pass from OA. Jack Corey to the top of the key, back up to Tremblay. Tremblay trying to keep the puck in. Bounces out into the neutral zone. Chased down by Paul. Paul will pass it up to Lawson. Lawson with a 4-on-1. Cohen keeps it from going out. Wrist shot into the middle. Nobody home. Cohen will settle it into the neutral zone. The captain, Ross Carroll, brings it across the blue line. Passes over. There's a shot and save by Andrew Livingstone. .22 Ryan Spano, the netminder for Stoughton. 5-on-4 with 15 seconds left in the penalty. Battled out in front. Tries to take, McCarthy tried to take it, got slipped up. Cruikshank takes it all the way from north to south, all the way down, gets crunched up on the boards, loses the puck. Stoughton, Kenny Young tries to clear it in. Passed up the boards by OA, kept in by Stoughton. Andrew Livingstone with a pile drive at a Stoughton member. Sean McCarthy tries to battle. Saved by Ryan Spano. With both teams at even strength, they'll change up. Face off to the right side of Spano for Stoughton. Cooper Card, Ryan Summers, Charlie Caputo out there for Stoughton. Along with the center, Joe McNulty. McNulty wins the face-off. Paul tries to chase it down. Grothy with a good hit on Cooper Card. Stoughton tries to keep it into the neutral zone. OA with a wrist shot saved by Spano. Nice wrist shot by Daniel Paul. Lawson at center for OA. Wins the faceoff, but it's taken up by Card for Stoughton. Card coming up the left-hand side. Gets taken out by OA. Wrapped around the goalie. Stoughton tries to clear it back in. Charlie Caputo over the Card. Puck is centered, but there's a collision in front. Grothy clears it around the boards. Grothy looking to pass it up. Stopped by Stoughton. Stoughton takes a wide slap shot. OA with the control of the puck. Held on to it for too long. It stays down into the OA zone. Taken by Stoughton. Stoughton with a shot and saved by Giametti. Puck taken by Stoughton. No call. No call yet. Taken by Stoughton. Stoughton with the slap shot, blocked by McCarthy. They're just waiting to call that penalty for tripping. And there it is. That'll be 2 minutes for tripping on Captain Ross Carroll. I'm sorry, number 18, Kevin Tremblay. $9:20 left in the period. Puck in the neutral zone. Cruikshank tries to take control. Passes up to his winger, Cade O'Connell. O'Connell gets hit along the boards. Cohen and Lawson down there. And that's going to be a goal by number 9 for Stoughton, Cruikshank. Quick pass from the left corner right to the middle. Cruikshank was ready for it. Score will be 2-0 Stoughton. Puck taken by McCarthy at the neutral zone, loses it in the neutral zone. OA battling down the left corner. Referee has his arm up. He's going to call that on Stoughton. It looks like it's going to be a hook. Cross check. Cross check on number 6, Ryan Flannery. 8 minutes, 28 seconds left in the second period. Face-off will be down on the Stoughton side. Ross Carroll at center. Joe McNulty for Stoughton. Won by OA. Cohen tries to backhand it. Another backhander saved by Spano. Andrew Livingstone tried to backhand it. Taken away by Spano. It looks like five on 4 for another minute, 51 seconds. Stoughton loses a stick. It's Charlie Caputo with no stick. Quick wrist shot by Carroll just right of the of the goalpost. Away trying to settle the puck down to Lawson. Lawson down low. Livingstone couldn't get it. Jack Perrin circles around. Perrin down to Carroll. Carroll with the wrist shot. Saved by Spano. Carroll regains control. Up to Lawson on the defense. Lawson down to Carroll. Carroll with the quick shot. Blocked by Stoughton. Wrist shot in front. Shoot and saved by Spano. Quick wrist shot by Elliot Cohen. Both teams will change up with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second period. Oliver Ames on the power play. Lawson kicked out of the center spot. Paul takes the face-off. Tries to get it back to McCarthy. McCarthy just missed it. Went right over his stick. Tremblay backhands to McCarthy. McCarthy will skate it up into the neutral zone to the left-hand side. Shoot and off of his stick. Steve Westerlin for Stoughton on the defense. Colby Strunk at center for Stoughton with Lawson. Stoughton wins it. Taken around the net by Paul. Paul looks for his defense. Quick wrister, and it's a score! Kevin Tremblay on the wrist shot from the blue line makes it 2-1 with 6:49 in the second period. Five on five as both teams will get back into center ice. Face-off taken by OA. Sean McCarthy up the right side. Stopped short. Puck up along the glass. Battle with Card for Stoughton. Quick wrister by Grothy. Just missed it. Livingstone along the boards. Needs some help. Taken by Jack Perrin. Perrin with a wrist shot. Just off the glove of Spano. Stoughton will try to clear it out. Livingstone tries to center it to Perrin. Perrin back out front. Slap shot. Saved by Spano. Face off from the Stoughton zone to the right side of Spano. Ross Carroll at center. Lawson wins the face-off. Back out front, nobody home. Cohen keeps it in. Down behind the net. Puck out front. Taken away by Stoughton. Brought up by Colin Alisi. Alisi with the shot right off the left side. Left blocker of Giametti. No icing call as it's taken by OA. Backhanded down to Cohen. Cohen up to the forwards. Brought into the zone by Lawson. Lawson with a wrist shot. just wide. Livingstone down to Carroll. Carroll brings it around up to Grothy. Grothy pops it down to Livingstone. It's going to be a save by Spano. Perrin and Flannery at the centers. Now taken by McCarthy. McCarthy with the aggressive win, just lost it off his stick. Slap shot by Grothy, doesn't go anywhere. Cruikshank. It's going to be an icing call brought back down to the Stoughton zone. Slapped out by Stoughton, stopped by Grothy. Grothy keeps it in. Keeps it in again. Tries to put the shot on net, but there's nobody there for a rebound. Sean McCarthy tries to wrist it around. Down in the bottom corner. Wrapped around the boards. Tremblay tries to get a piece of it. Not enough guys out front for a rebound. Cruikshank tries to clear it out. Taken by Grothy. Grothy puts it back into the neutral zone. Chased down by Livingstone. Couldn't get it. Grothy will take it around the net. Bring it up the ice, the right-hand side, passes it over to Perrin, who gets stuck in the middle. Shot was wide. Perrin battles in the corner. Lawson there to help him. Puck is free. That's going to be an icing call if it makes it all the way down. And it does not. Owe able to save it, brings it up right into the neutral zone for Carroll. Carroll brings it to the right side. Quick shot. Hits a cement wall. Lawson battles on the boards. Missed by Kearns. Chased down by Grothy. Grothy will pass it up. Quick shot out of play. Ross Carroll tried to take a slap shot. It went right up into the nets, into the ceiling. Perrin and McNulty again. Stagnant puck. Taken by Owe. McCarthy loses his grip. Perrin tries to take it behind the net. McCarthy put up on the boards. Tremblay races down to the bottom. Traps him down behind the net. Couple of shots trying to take in front. Couldn't make it. Owe brings it back down into the zone. Quick wrist shot by Tremblay, just misses. Quick follow-up rebound by Livingstone. There's going to be a face-off outside the blue line. .2:17 left in the second period. Score is 2-1, Stoughton with the lead. Carroll gets thrown out. Face-off won by OA, put into the neutral zone. Taken by Stoughton down the left side. Twirls around, tries to find somebody out in front. Nobody there. Taken by Elliot Cohen, who puts the brakes on. Finds Lawson up on the right side. Lawson, pass to the middle, just misses Carroll. Kept in by Kearns. Carroll chases down. Taken by Lawson. Lawson to the middle. Couldn't connect with the pass. Cade O'Connell for Stoughton takes it up into the OA zone. And it looks like someone from OA was dropped. He's back up, skating back over to the bench. Looks like that injury will go on to Daniel Paul. He got into the boards pretty hard. Face off to the left-hand side of Giametti. Taken up by OA. OA skates from left to right. Fake the shot. Livingstone tries to corner it. Just off the skates of the goalie. McCarthy down in the corner by himself looking for somebody to pass up to. Behind the net. Pass out front. Saved by Spano. Great agility by Sean McCarthy. 1 minute exactly left in the second period. Score still 2-1. Stoughton wins the face-off, wraps it around the boards. Charlie Caputo will try to clear it out. Wrist shot off the glass. Cohen keeps it out of the zone, but pops it back out to Charlie Caputo. Caputo with the wrist shot. Brought up by OA. Livingstone loses the puck to Stoughton. Stoughton backhands it down into the OA zone. 25 seconds left in the period. Stoughton with a shot and a save by Giametti, right in the gut, right in the glove. 16 seconds left. OA will make a quick change. OA wins the faceoff. Grothy wraps it around the boards up to Sean McCarthy. Matthew Lawson takes it up. Lawson tries to bring it up to Carroll. Cohen to Carroll. And that's the end of the period. The score of 2-1. Stoughton with the lead. We'll be back. And we are back with the third period. 2-1 Stoughton. Elliot Cohen will clear it out. Put into the neutral zone. Taken back by Cohen. Tried to clear it across the ice to Jack Corey. Cohen will chase back to the boards. Backhand to Kearns. Taken by Corey. Stolen by Stoughton. Matthew Lawson races up the right-hand side, puts the brakes on. Quick wrist shot back over, saved by Spano. OA gets tripped up. Corey tried to put it on net, just went wide left. Stoughton's going to be called for a 2-minute tripping penalty. Five on four for OA to the left-hand side of Spano. Stoughton brings it out into the neutral zone. He takes the puck back. Cohen passes across the ice, taken by Perrin. Perrin moves it up into the neutral zone up the left-hand side, loses the puck. Cleared out by Stoughton. Cohen will settle it down and set up. Up to Sean McCarthy. McCarthy over the blue line. Races from left to right. Couldn't put it on net. And the puck comes back down the ice into the OA zone. Picked up by Stoughton. Stoughton tried to backhand it, nobody there. McCarthy wrestles in front of the goalie. Taken up by Ross Carroll. Over into the Stoughton zone. Jack Corey picks it up. Wraps around. Tries to find somebody out front. Couldn't make the pass. Cohen with one on him. Releases back into the neutral zone. Jack Corey will try to take it up over the blue line into the zone. Looking for someone to pass to. Lawson with the quick shot, saved by Spano. Shot and just missed. Cohen back down the ice to retrieve. He's met by Stoughton. Stoughton with a quick wraparound. Broken up by OA. Daniel Paul passes it up. Taken by wrist shot and saved by Spano. That was taken by Jack Corey with the quick wrist shot. "12 minutes, 6 seconds remains in the third period. McCarthy picks up the puck. Wraps around. Stoughton breaks it up. Wraps around the boards. Taken up by Cooper Card. Card couldn't get control. Gets leveled by Grothy. Kevin Tremblay up the boards. Couldn't control. Grothy chases down. Puts a nice solid check. Puck out front. Saved by Giametti just under his pads. Both teams will make a change. Lawson up to Cohen. Saved by Spano. Cohen looks like he tried to chase it down, but he wasn't there in time. Cohen and Kearns on the defense. That play will be whistled dead. They're going to send Stoughton to the box again. Both teams are going to be called for high stick. Ross Carroll for OA. And Ryan Flannery for Stoughton. Both teams will still remain 5-on-5. Sean Kearns. Sean Kearns with the stop. Kearns bringing it up the left side. Looking for the pass over to Corey. Takes it by himself. Corey regains. Backhand. Stick save by Spano. Puck trickles into the OA zone, taken by Tremblay. Tremblay looking for somebody on the corner, no one there. Tremblay regains his rebound, takes it up the left side, backhands it up into the zone. Stoughton with the stop. Cohen will put it into the neutral zone for Livingstone. Livingstone chases the puck down again. It's stopped by Perrin. Tremblay stops it in the neutral zone, but taken out by Stoughton. Here comes Stoughton. Stoughton couldn't capitalize on it. Livingstone pass up to the boards, up to McCarthy. McCarthy over to Perrin. Perrin loses the puck. Perrin out front. Nobody there. No icing called. Quick hit by Grothy. Taken up by Cohen. Cohen into the neutral zone. Up to Jack Corey. Corey along the boards. Passes it along the boards. Across the ice. Cohen dishes it back out. Still in the OA zone. Backhand by Paul. Up to Matthew Lawson, who jumps up the right side, going to the net. Denied by the goalie. Lawson on the left-hand side now. Tries to shoot it. Save. Glove save. .8:31 left in the third period. Two to one Stoughton. Tremblay and Grothy on the defense. A couple of players tripped up in the middle. Quick wrister by Grothy, couldn't make it happen. Collision out in front. OA controls, keeps it in. Tremblay intercepted by Stoughton. Tremblay grabs his rebound, passes it up the boards. Livingstone goes into the boards. Cruikshank coming across the blue line. Quick wrister, glove save by the goalie, freshman Nolan Giametti. He's having a great night. Face off to the right of Giametti. Almost trickled in just to the right of Giametti. Quick wrister, stick save. Carroll will take it around. Passes it up to Jack Corey. Back to Kearns. Kearns puts it back over the Stoughton line. Stoughton regains control, passes up to the captain, who puts it into the OA zone. O'Connell was just swarmed by a whole bunch of OA defenders. Matthew Lawson, pass over to Corey. Corey over the blue line, looks for someone in front, quick pass over the front. Denied by Stoughton. Grothy, quick wrister. Stopped by Spano. .648 left in the third period. Tries to be taken by, McCarthy tries to take it. Up to Stoughton. Wrist shot. It's score by Stoughton. Charlie Caputo on the wrister on the left-hand corner. That makes it 3-1 Stoughton with 6:39 left in the third period. Livingstone with the wrister, stopped by Spano again. Perrin at center. Stoughton takes it up the boards. Slapped by Cohen. Cohen tries to keep it in, stays in the neutral zone. Livingstone tries to take control. Quick wrister again. Saved by Spano. Both teams will make a change. Puck trickles out over to the OA zone. Curran's up to Paul. Paul chases. Gets leveled right behind the net. Stoughton with the pass up to Jaden Reck for Stoughton. Kearns drops it for Cohen. Cohen up to Carroll. And that's out of play. Perrin centers it. Taken by Stoughton. Kate O'Connell chases down for Stoughton. Away. Looking for someone to pass up to. Taken into the neutral zone. Tremblay gets tripped up. Loose puck. Taken up by Stoughton. Left side boards. Loses the puck. Livingstone tries to control. McCarthy takes it into the boards. And number 23, Sean McCarthy, is going to be called for cross-check. That brings up a power play for Stoughton. Penalty kill for OA will be Matthew Lawson, Kearns, Ross Carroll. And Elliot Cohen. Carroll chases down, loses it to Stoughton. Stoughton with the wrist shot, blocked by Kearns. Wrist shot by Stoughton, stopped by Giametti. Two Stoughton players down the bottom. Cohen tries to wrestle with him. Back up to the top. Back down to the bottom, taken away by Cohen. Cohen up the boards. Carroll will clear it. No ice called. Lawson, slap shot, blocked by Stoughton. Big pass up by Stoughton on the breakaway. Wrist shot, saved by Giametti. Great glove save by Giametti. Joe McNulty for Stoughton came in with a full head of steam. Steve Westerland for Stoughton, settling the puck, pops it up to his captain. Cade O'Connell loses it, goes back down to the Stoughton zone. 45 seconds left on the penalty. Stoughton couldn't get the shot off. Cade O'Connell passes it down. Cruikshank couldn't take advantage. Cleared by Tremblay. Still in the zone. Looking for somebody out front. Couldn't get the pass off. Stoughton still with the puck. Livingstone got his stick stuck right in the Zamboni doors. Wrist shot, just wide. Carroll takes the puck. Brings it up to Perrin. Perrin all by himself. McCarthy comes up out of the penalty box. Tries to do the wraparound. Taken away by Spano. Kearns tries to keep it in. Kern battling along the boards. Kearns will settle it, passes it over to his defenseman, Elliot Cohen. Cohen brings it across the blue line. Quick wrist shot, bounces off the goalie. And here comes Stoughton on the breakaway, looking to grab that puck on the loose puck on the bottom side. Tries to pass it out in front, denied by Kearns. Kearns passes it up to McCarthy. McCarthy, 3-on-2. Goalie is pulled. We have a 6-on-5. Extra man out for OA. 3-1 with 1:34 left. Pass out front. Backhander. Missed it by OA. Tremblay saves it. Passes it up into the neutral zone. Perrin loses his feet. Backhand looking for a defenseman. Nobody there. Stoughton scores 4-1 with 1:06 left on the empty net. Goal scored by number 15, Charlie Caputo. I believe that's his second of the night. Give the ref a minute to remove that stick that was stuck in the Zamboni door. Puck drop, won by Easton, settled in the neutral zone. Stoughton passes it up. Kearns stops around behind the net. Tries to pass it up to to Matt Lyons, who takes a big hit. Stoughton takes the Jack Mahoney And the whistle's blown. They're going to call a penalty on number 24, Matt Lyons. .7 seconds left in the third period. Looks like they're going to have a bench penalty as well. Oway wins it. Jake Cunningham. Jake Cunningham looking for the puck, clears it up the boards. Tommy Cabral out there. Tommy Cabral puts Stoughton on his keister. Play will be stopped. Andrew Livingstone to center it. Backhander. 5 seconds left. And that will be the game, ladies and gentlemen, with a score of 4-1. Stoughton has won the game. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll see you next time.